For today's band spotlight, we are here with Titanskull. Thank you guys for doing the interview with C Squared, presented by Disarray magazine.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'd like to open it up by just starting down the line. Tell us who you are, what you do for the band.
I am JT and I play bass for the band.
I'm JC. I'm one of the guitar players.
My name is Bill Delaney. I'm the lead singer.
Taylor Santry, guitar.
Chris, drums, songwriting.
How would you guys describe your sound?
It's kind of usually I just describe it as heavy metal because it's a little bit of a blend of traditional heavy metal thrash and with like more modern guitar tones and sounds, and also with small injections of our various technical influences that span wide a range of music. Yeah.
Traditional and modern.
Went to the random bar person, like, you guys are sick power metal.
Right, yeah.
Power metal.
Or epic metal.
Among many funny other, like swordcore, whatever.
Oh, yeah, we were once described as swordcore.
I call us kind of crossover. I think we're sort of a crossover. We blend a lot of things together.
Yeah.
There's some songs that are kind of like almost bordering hard rock,
Yeah.
sort of.
You know, it's
And then we get the thrash tunes.
thrash tunes, and then we have like little injections of just prog and technicality type things in there for the musicians out there that like that kind of stuff. Not too much, you know, we try to keep it listener friendly for the most part, I guess, but you know.
We like variety. We have
Yeah.
a variety of influences and tastes, so we don't like to do the same thing.
Do you guys have a favorite song that you like to perform on stage?
No, I like always playing Through the Gates. That was the first track we played with you guys. Just like all the vocal harmonies and stuff.
Right.
It's like a pretty chill song.
This one's Through the Gates of Horn.
fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
But what are the influences of Titanskull?
Yeah, but I'd say, yeah, it's a wide range of traditional heavy metal, thrash, technical death metal, progressive music in general. And even like video game music.
And
like,
then just add a good drum beat on it.
Yeah,
And
right.
There we go. Yeah.
like video game music and stuff like Nobuo Matsu and stuff like that. Even I don't know.
Right. Me and Chris are into new wave sometimes.
Yeah,
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
Some 80s,
love
yeah,
good
definitely 80s music.
Synth wave even is like a something more modern that I listen to. It's kind of like that vibe, you know.
So you on your way over here, you guys all drove, right? Separate? What were you listening to on the way over here? That's give us an idea. Let's hear.
What'd you put on to?
I was listening to Judas Priest actually.
I think it was all tech death. We were listening to River and Nile, and then we went into Blotted Science for the rest of the drive. And I think that got us here.
Some long
There
songs.
was some, foreigns in there. I don't know if you know the Bun from YouTube. It's a small project, but I like that guy's music a lot.
On my way here, I was bumping Whitechapel. I come from a mostly like death metal background, but I appreciate the melody, as well that these guys bring.
You guys all take turns writing, or is it just?
Yeah, like Chris tends to write, and then I'll write, and then Taylor writes, and then sometimes we'll like pass it to each other, and we're like, I came up with this thing, or how about try this here, and but sometimes we just hey, here's a song that's done, and it just depends on. And then Billy will like, I want this one, and then he'll just write lyrics to it. So we'll like have
That's
music,
exactly it, yeah.
sitting in the back burner, and Billy's like, this song speaks to me or whatever, and
Yeah,
writes
basically,
something,
the song will sit there for a year until like it lights something in my brain and say, oh, now we're doing that one. So it's nice to have a back catalog of stuff that's on the back burner that I can go like, oh yeah, this one, and then we'll pull that one out.
Like-
and it makes it's so that like if it doesn't speak to me, if I don't have a good idea for it, it's better to just wait rather than try to produce something that's not that great.
right? Like we all have songs that are sitting, waiting to be written to right now, and like a lot of songs were actually like Chris went through a phase where he just like wrote a bunch of songs and they just sat around for a long time because we were barely finishing up a first album, and then we did an EP, and that's when Taylor came in, and Taylor actually came in playing bass, and then right around the time we started working on our EP, JT, who was actually originally in the band anyway, he came back.
The first bassist.
Yeah, and then Taylor switched to guitar, and then him and Chris wrote some music together, and that's a lot of what's on the right. Well, So Close is just So Close, and then what's on there, What They Do, and Oh By the Lies, that's a Chris song. What They Do is also a Chris song, and then So Close, Taylor and Chris wrote that one together pretty much, right?
Usually like Riff Factory.
He's the riff machine.
I send it to Chris AI, and then he just like arranges it. And
Well, you bring it.
Yeah,
you
I
brought
do.
in like a different flavor. The Taylor flavor was a little bit different, and like there's like that eerie, dissonant stuff in the solos and stuff. Like it kind of adjusted our direction a little bit in a cool way. We're into adjusting our direction as we go, but like in a controlled way that was thoughtful, and we're doing it on purpose. What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, as like an arranger, I was able to take some of Taylor's inspiration and write it into the Titanskull fold, like into the catalog.
You know the sound. Like
Right.
we have a sound established now, and you know it because you helped build it. So we try to we think.
So we can incorporate like all those different riffs.
And if I hear a song, I ask, like, is this a Titanskull song?
Is that why you came back?
Yeah, I mean, when I was in this band before, I was always the kind of guy that had like 2 or 3 bands, at the same time. But
It's like a lot of people on the scene.
especially bass players and drummers.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the hardest things to find. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody does it.
there was always something about like this band and like the sound. That even back then, when I had multiple projects, I thought was unique, something a little different. Especially for a scene that was, mostly like death metal dominated or thrash, like, and I find these guys that write what they do, and then like Billy who does these like, amazing clean vocals that isn't super common even now. Yeah, so I had to leave for a little bit, take care of some personal stuff. I went to school, all that fun stuff. And funny enough, I came into a position where I was like, I can maybe start playing again. It had been like 5 years. So I started looking around to see any bands, that maybe I knew from back then needed somebody. And actually looked up Titanskull again. I wonder if they found a guy to replace me. And I see Taylor on bass. So I was like, God damn it,
It was funny though. It was like the same week where I was like, hey guys, I want to play guitar.
Yeah, it was literally, so it was like Taylor one day is like, oh man, I just want to play guitar, guys. And then like, we're like, okay.
Pulled that.
And then 2 days later, JT posted a story on Instagram. Anybody looking for a bass player? So I was like,
Yeah, it's
dude,
weird,
come
right?
back, dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was like that same weekend pretty much.
It was meant to
there.
be.
And then Taylor was like, all right.
It's so weird how easily it worked out.
On guitar. Yeah.
It worked out so easily. That's so weird because prior to that, I tried to contact hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of musicians to try to audition for this band, and only 2 people auditions.
This guy went crazy looking for bass players.
Bass players or drummers. I said, if you play bass or drums, you can try out because this guy can play anything. He can move to any instrument. And I contacted hundreds and hundreds of people, and no one wanted to try out. We had 2 people try out. The one guy we were like yes to, and then COVID hit and he had to move away.
Oh, but yeah.
And even like real quick, even when I wasn't in the band, like I still tried to support these guys, however I could. I remember they dropped the album shortly before I tried to get, I tried to play again. I don't remember what the time frame was. So they released Titanic, and I got to finally hear, like these songs that I was, kind of there to hear like the early stages, like before I had to leave. Finally reached like their final form, like an album form and like fully recorded. And it was interesting kind of hearing like these songs and this band kind of reach this potential that I knew was there, so like yeah, so once I got to hear that, I was like, dude, these guys are killing it. I was proud of these guys. I heard the album. So when I was able to come back, that felt like a real like blessing, really. And because I still think like I'm not much of a writer, that's all these guys they've been saying. So I never talked this.
His mic's been off this whole time.
So yes, that is why I came back, basically, just because the music is, in my opinion, really good. It's really diverse. I don't see many people on the scene doing it like these guys do. So I'm just
anyone's doing it.
no. So I'm just thankful to be here, really. Like I'm thankful for these guys for letting me come back.
And you add the good bass lines to it too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I gotta give the credit to these guys.
Well, no, take it. You're playing it.
We wouldn't have brought him back if he couldn't play. But we throw at him.
I'm the
for
I'm the personality hire.
Yeah. He doesn't give himself enough credit.
We had a lot
If he
of
wasn't
people-
good, we wouldn't have.
I play bass and good vibes.
Yeah, we had a lot of people say they
That's
don't
for
want to
sure.
audition because we're too difficult. There's a lot of bass players who are like, you guys are great, you're too difficult, we're not going to audition you, or I don't want to audition you guys or whatever. A lot of people said that.
Can you tell us what year did you guys start the band?
Like originally, like
2013.
2013, it was me, this guy. We have another friend named Gabe.
Shout out to
Lopez,
Gabe.
who's a drummer. Who's Euphoric Defilement. He's also originally part of a band called Fallen Figure, which is one of Dan Sugarman's bands.
Sculptured Wounds as well.
Sculptured Wounds. And then we had another guitar player at the time who didn't work out.
So, since you've been around since 2013, what are some of the pros and cons of being in this band?
I mean, that's a good question.
That's a bad question for me. I think being in bands is one of the most frustrating things. I'm the grumpy one and I'm the jaded one, and I've been doing this for so long, and I've been brought through the ringer, and I'm the one that gets grumpy and like. So there's the con is being in bands with, trying to collaborate in a true collaborative fashion with like other dudes that don't always agree with everything. Like that's so frustrating. That's one of the most frustrating things is like having ever been on the same page and like getting to some kind of agreements and stuff. And that's partly why a lot of the industry now is geared towards solo artists. It's so much easier to just have one solo artist. He's famous on the internet, and we can hire musicians around him, and like it's so much easier than all different personalities and egos and stuff, which luckily this band doesn't have crazy egos going around. But like that's the hardest thing about being in a band is I think is like dealing with personalities, and everyone's got their own schedule conflicts and all this. And I think I guess he's right, like learning how to communicate and collaborate and be open to people's input, and also learning when to put up a boundary around something that you're like really stuck on. Like, I really want this part to be that way, but without being a douchebag about it. And then, and knowing that you have a good collaborative relationship with people, because Billy said, there's a lot of people that egos and they butt heads, and we're writing a song to stroke your own ego.
Right.
Like that's one of the key things about this band is we're trying to write songs for the good of the song. Like we're trying to do things that work for the good of the song, not for our egos necessarily. Not for flash or whatever, you know, or not to claim portions of the song like some people will you know, try to claim portions of someone else.
The right amount of flash.
I wrote this, now I own half your song, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
wrote this little part, now I own half your
Oh
song.
my God, yeah, that's a thing that some people will do too. Like, we've
contributed.
We've dealt with that personally, and so
We're gonna get one very angry comment in this video.
where people are like, oh yeah, I changed your riff enough to where it's mine now, or that kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, are there any pros?
I think we're putting out really good music. That's a pro. I think we're putting out music that's going to hold up over time. I think.
Yeah,
I know we kind of derailed
decades
these
from now,
questions,
there's a
but
chance people will listen to us in 20 years from now.
the pro is the material. The con is the material because it's difficult to play. Sometimes.
the cons are just sometimes the getting everything to thread together can be work, and the pros is just after you do get it all thread together, it feels great. And in the end, these are like a bunch of great dudes, and we all enjoy each other's company and writing together. And
Sometimes I get flashed. That's a pro.
oh, it must be nice being the singer. I guess.
Hey, JT be flashing?
Yeah, they asked nicely.
So, how did you guys get the name Titanskull? Who came up with it and when?
I remember this. we were in group chat with Gabe, and we were coming up with just like joke names, and we came up with like. I think at some point you said Fartin Spartans or something like that.
Oh, that was
Those were the joke names.
Yeah.
And so I think that got us down the road of like, okay, well, I think I started
Like the
thinking
Greek.
Greco-Roman, and we started throwing out like Greek Roman stuff.
Yeah.
Because I liked the idea of doing Greco-Roman theming because nobody does that, and it's a fun sandbox for a writer. And then I think you said Skull Titan. You said Skull Titan, and then I said no, Titan Skull.
Yeah. So so it's like a collaborative kind of thing. We're just us scoot, because it's like part of that too is like it's just got a good flow as well. It's easy to say. Like I feel like
3 syllables, Titan
Right.
and Skull. That
And-
was something we thought about.
And I feel like a lot of band names that are good bands that tend to stick out in people's mind are just easy to say. That kind of thing.
I'm surprised it wasn't taken yet, honestly.
It wasn't taken.
It's a pretty simple name. It's like it flows well. It's cool. Like it screams.
It's a made up thing, so that helps.
It screams like metal when you hear it. It's like, oh, it's a metal band for sure. Like, but it wasn't taken. That's it was meant for us.
Side project for Spartan. I'm taking.
That's what takes off, right?
Right.
And from the name came the everything else. Like everything kind of flowed out from there.
Yeah, the name itself kind of caused a lot of, or kicked off a lot of inspiration. I
First,
think.
there was the name. Then there was the song of the same name.
Yeah, the song actually,
It was one of our first songs.
what was it? The riff, the dun dun dun. Like I played it at a rehearsal, and you're like, "That's the song, the title hook."
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah, I heard it in the dan dan dan.
Yeah.
Titan Skull. There. It
yeah.
is.
So then I finished writing that song out, and then he just wrote all the lyrics to it. And everything.
Then we got our mascot.
Yeah, the actual Titanskull.
Titan Skull is the mascot
Yeah.
in Hades.
Titanskull. Good night, everyone.
When did you guys each pick up a piece of equipment at what age, and what inspired you to play that equipment?
Yeah, so my interest in bass actually started, I don't know how old I was in like third grade. When I was hanging out with an older cousin and happened to discover a band called Korn on MTV. And I heard that like crazy clicking bass tone that he has, and I don't know what that was at that age, but it stuck with me. So did that band. I still love that band. And it wasn't until sophomore year of high school when a bunch of the other like metalheads were like, "Oh, we're starting a band. You play bass. No, you play bass." And I was like, "Hey, dude, I'll do it." Never touched an instrument before in my life, but it was one of those like, well, this might as well be it moments, So that was about 15, I want to say, and just haven't stopped since. Really, I always had a calling to the low end, I guess.
So I had guitars and stuff when I was a kid. I had some instruments when I was 12 or 13 or whatever, but I started out primarily, I did a lot of voice impersonations when I was a little kid, and I wrote poetry, and it started like that. Then I got into singing as a teenager. Got kicked out of choruses, like school choruses and stuff like that, for unrelated schoolyard issues. And didn't really get a musical education. Then got into punk rock when I was a teenager. Was the singer for like local punk bands and kind of cut my teeth on that. And got real serious about it pretty quickly. As soon as I started singing on the punk scene, I realized I had something. So I got pretty serious about it pretty quick and just kept at it for way, way longer than I probably should have, and anyone would have recommended that I would have.
I was like 14. I was like in middle school. I had a friend that had started playing. I saw him bringing a guitar one day to school, and I was like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And then I found out his older brother played guitar. His older brother was playing like Megadeth and Metallica songs, and taught us how to play Nirvana and Green Day songs. And then from there, I started learning. After I was able to like actually play something, then I started learning Metallica songs, and that was it for me. I've just never put it down since then, really. Yeah, it was middle school.
I played guitar probably since I was 13 or so, and then played in my like garage, and Taylor's part of that way back then. And then I probably picked up drums a couple years after that, and I've stuck with both instruments, but for this band we needed drums, so utilizing that here
drummer and like
is important.
We need drums.
We need drums. I tell people, if you want to get into a band and you don't think you're going to be a great musician or whatever, but you just want to play shows, you want to be in a band, learn drums or learn bass, because nobody does either of those things anymore. and bands will want you, even if you're not good. If you play drums, bands will want you.
Good choice, Chris.
Thank you.
I've like had guitar since I was probably like 12. I feel like I didn't like get back into it. It was like 2019 or something. Randomly, I was like, "Hey, you want to like jam again?" But I was like in high school. I had to get bass because everyone, a little group,
that's right,
play stuff, and then everyone's like, "Oh, cool guitar." So I was playing bass for a bit, and then I feel like the last 7 years have probably been like actually. I finally got like
your focus is back on guitar.
I feel pretty good now.
Yeah, we're Taylor's at home on guitar. He's a sick guitar player. Hell yeah. I think the only one of us here that actually has music education is Chris.
Yeah.
Right. The rest
I've taken formal classes.
And you? How about you, Taylor? Have you?
No.
Yeah. The rest of us are all self-taught. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, the rest of us are self-taught.
Shout out to Mr. Herzog.
Hell yeah.
Hey, shout out.
You did a good job.
I wanted a musical education.
Yeah, so did I, but it was just all magazines and internet.
Yeah, I grew up as like a marching band guy too, so it's different from the metal stuff. But I got the metal in the soul, so
hell yeah,
got to keep that going.
It all comes from the same place. 12 notes.
There's something to be said about learning it on your own, though. You get kind of like an outsider artist perspective when you didn't go through any schooling at all.
Yeah, and I think you kind of...
There's a downside.
Yeah, for sure. And I think you base a lot of things off of feel and vibe.
I think you need both, because it's hard for me to tap into that energy.
Yeah.
As opposed to the...
I'm just instinct.
Yeah, I'm like really structure based.
Yeah.
So what are some of the band's goals?
Gosh, to take over the world.
Yeah, I'm looking to take it as far as I can take it. This is my call. I feel like this is my calling. I don't know what else I was supposed to do with my life other than this. I lived a hard life as a result of pursuing this to the exclusion of other things that would have been smarter for me to do, but this was my calling at a young age. So I'm looking to take it as far as we can take it. I think we have the potential to be iconic at some point. Maybe someday our talents will be recognized while we're alive. If not, then I'm satisfied in putting art out there for people to enjoy into the future.
Yeah, we have a lot of music, really, in general. So there's a lot for us to release and put out. It just needs to get there, Putting the work takes time and everything, especially when we're working full-time jobs and stuff like that as well,
Yeah, this is a working class band. We don't have big financiers behind us. It'd be nice if we did.
Yeah, right.
We're now in the age of like a lot of the really big acts you hear about had someone financing them behind the scenes, because it's very, very, very difficult to get anyone to listen to you, and if you don't have a lot of money to get them to listen to you.
If anybody wants to give us money, we are open.
Hey, sponsorships, sponsor me. Jameson, sponsor me.
So what lessons have you guys learned being in Titanskull?
Patience. How to have a lot of it.
Patience, guile. What was that?
How to be persistent for sure.
Yeah.
Or persistence, patience, open-mindedness.
Mental health.
Yeah.
The basics, right?
Reading books. How not to kill somebody. No, being in a band is like a business, and I don't think a lot of people see it that way. They're like, I just want to play music and like rock. And sure, that's cool, but it doesn't really get you anywhere, I don't, think. And I think that's a hard lesson that most bands have to learn at some point,
Yeah, you're gonna have to be learning lots of little business stuff along the way all the time.
Yeah,
Play a lot of shows on the local LA scene. I've been in bands and stuff, so I've done shows and stuff. But you learn a lot of stuff just doing as you go along. You'll learn, venues get upset if you do this.
Oh, right.
Lots of little lessons along the way you'll learn if you're kind of starting out on a scene.
Right. Yeah, that don't dick around. That's
Don't
another
dick around
one.
on stage. Don't make a lot of noises.
Don't waste the time.
Not in a
anyone's
fun
time.
sense that don't get on stage and don't have fun, but like if you're, when it's time to set up, get it done. When it's time to break down, get out, get it. Like there's things like that I think are small lessons and that,
No noodling after your
because then you're
sound check.
eating into other people's time and everything, and it's just it's not nice.
You have to noodle though. Guitarist, you don't get it.
Yeah, Taylor will play the Mario theme.
I need some udon with these noodles. But stuff like that, just what a good etiquette and that kind of thing. I think those are just like small lessons that you don't think about until you're like doing it, and you got to worry about
Basically, just how to be a professional band, regardless of the size of the show or the venue. Because they were mentioning, we've done shows where the band before us finishes and they're having a full conversation on stage. While they wrap up, or roll up one cable and we're trying to set up or. Those are the small things, it's come on now. I think we have
just forget major pieces of equipment and is it cool if I borrow your head?
Oh God.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Oh, don't be that guy. If you want to leave me a $1,500 deposit, sure. Sometimes it's sometimes accidents happen, and I think it's cool to like be there, like and
your guitar.
Yeah, right, I have forgotten a guitar before. Yeah,
You were that guy.
yeah, and but you know that was purely an accident. Luckily, we had friends we were playing with, so that, you know that was
Pick to this.
yeah. Taylor, your picks are my picks. My picks are your picks. Come on, come on.
Got a shout out to Riley real quick for letting us borrow that
Yeah,
guitar.
Riley, yo, came in clutch with the guitar. Yeah, no, yeah, we see that
From Titan's Wrath.
yeah from Titan's Wrath. Yeah, he's
Titan Bros.
yeah the other Titan Bros. Yeah.
So you mentioned a band that you wanted to give a shout out to. Are there any other bands that you guys want to give a shout out to?
Did we shout out Lord Mars already?
Yeah, Lord Mars.
Dark Sinister, Rune Saber we played with
Rune
last
Saber,
night.
Ulfeist is really a sweet band. We love those guys. We've recently been playing a lot of shows with those guys. We recommend checking those guys out.
I got Of Creation. Can't forget Of Creation.
Oh yeah, of Creation.
The
Yeah.
homie Joey.
Who?
So the homie Joey.
Oh yeah.
Beyond the
I was
Roots.
like, Mama Joe? Who's that?
Anyone else you want to thank?
Just ourselves.
Definitely his parents for letting us practice.
Oh, totally.
Oh yeah, like our rehearsal studio is his parents'
And
house.
dealing with us.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Mom and Pop.
Definitely
Mitch. They're
shout out to
awesome.
them. They supported like me in music, and then the whole band.
Yeah, no,
So all that ruckus on it.
Yeah,
We love
yeah.
them.
They get a huge shout out here.
Yeah, we love Mom and Pop Mitch. They're awesome.
Oh, do you have plugs? We have plugs. We got a new album coming out at the end of the year, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
December 11th is the release date.
Yeah, we're at the height
What is
of
it?
recording.
December 11th.
December 11th, we're going to try to release this new album.
Yeah,
It's another hefty album.
It's a hefty album. Yeah, we got the songs are pretty much done and everything. We're like in the final stages of just like the details.
Titanskull.com, Titanskull on Instagram.
Titanskullbands.com. Yeah, that's another. That'll all get you there.
Check out our shows. Our recordings available on the digital platforms and for free streaming.
And give us money.
Titanomaki, the debut album, followed up by the EP, the Restless Shades EP.
Yeah.
Our newest single, Fend for Yourself, available. That'll be on the next album.
Now, what's the name of
Big
the
album.
What's the name of our next album?
While It Burns.
Yes,
is
that's gonna be the name of our next album.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
doing this
Thanks for
with us.
having us.
Appreciate it. So
Fend for Yourself, the newest single. Oh,